McDonald's, Burger King, Buddies. What do they mean? Burgers. And that is branding. Branding is so important. If you want a credit card, are you going to Google up, I want a credit card, or are you going to Google, how can I get a Visa? Or how can I get a MasterCard? And that is the power of branding, because brands represent things. Branding is all about anchoring yourself to a term. Or excuse me, I just needed a Kleenex or a tissue. It doesn't matter which one. Kleenex is the brand, tissue is the thing. But I needed a Kleenex. I'm just going to have a look at the time on my Rolex. I wish, but you knew I meant watch, right? But I'm just going to pop out now to Sainsbury's. Do I really need to explain that I'm going to a supermarket? No, I don't. So what problem is it that you solve? What is it that you can become synonymous with? Once you work that out, then you can really hammer that down to everybody. This is me. This is what I do. This is what I represent. And keep it really, really simple. Think about Kleenex. Think about Rolex, whatever. But what is it that your company is? What is it that it needs to mean to people? And if you're consistent about telling people, this is my solution, this is what I do, that's what you become then famous for. And then when people have this problem, when they have this need, you're the person that's going to come front of mind to them. And that's how branding works. There's too many people who want to try to kind of hedge their bets, really. They don't want to plump for one thing, because they can do lots of things, and they worry that if they just concentrate on one thing, if they just focus on one thing, then what if that doesn't work? And what if actually, because they can do this and this, that they're excluding all of those opportunities? But that's really not how branding works. Branding becomes stronger and stronger and stronger when it's simple, when you can be something to someone. And even if you're advertising all the time, working really hard on your SEO, your first page of Google, you're doing all this advertising on social media, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Instagram, whatever, wherever, none of that is going to be as powerful as your brand. Because your brand, and Richard Branson teaches us this, your brand is your reputation. That they're one and the same thing. And your brand is your most important asset. And with design as the silent ambassador of your brand, let's think about what does the design mean? Now, I want you to go and have a look at your website, and with the knowledge that branding is a feeling. So when somebody comes to look at your website, you need to think, well, what do they feel? How does it look? Get really, really judgy and think, how are people judging me? How do they feel? And what do they see? What is it that my website states that I am famous for? Because once you know what you're famous for and how you make people feel, that's when you're really starting to nail this branding malarkey. Now, I hope that helps, and I shall see you next week.